You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, The Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan, intern Andrew Leeds, giving us a young, fresh perspective on sports. But now, as we do every Sunday, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliot Hero Campaign for designated drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th annual Hero Walk and Run in the Ocean City Boardwalk, Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser and help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org. Let's go to the Maserati, the main line Sports Hotline, and welcome on our good buddy, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green. Good morning, T.D. Green.
Good morning, Billy. Good to be on with you again.
Tommy, this is the official start of the dog days of summer?
August comes around. Hey, but we're getting a break in the heat this week, so which is good.
It's beautiful down here, Tommy Green. I mean, after that, we entered the locker room boat in the Night in Venice parade last night, and it was going really well until the clouds opened up. The storm, it was a hellacious thunderstorm, lightning bolts hitting the bay. Everybody had to ditch it to the closest dock, but it was a great night. We had a great time, a lot of fun, but. The Philadelphia Phillies didn't do so well last night, and we were talking before you came on, Tommy. We're talking about there's roller coasters on the boardwalk here, Atlantic City, Wildwood, Ocean City, but the biggest roller coaster ride is the Philadelphia Phillies that we're on.
To be at the ballpark in Pittsburgh on Friday night, as I told you in the past, we went. Me and Mickey Morandini and my buddy John Brazier went out to play Oakmont.
Oh, okay.
With our friend Pat Rooney. And so we got to see, and we went to the game Friday night, and I got to see that. And the thing that's been happening, and it happened again last night. I mean, bases loaded and can't get nobody in. I mean, it's like runners. I mean, they just can't come up with a big hit, even though they scored 6 runs last night. We got a win game. We scored 6 runs now. I mean, it's and to come back. I mean, we're just making too many. Little mistakes. If we're pitching well, we're not hitting. If we're hitting, we give up some runs, but our defense lets it down, and we let him run. It's that type of thing right now, but we can separate ourselves a little bit from some of these wild card teams a little bit. But, you can't go wrong. I mean, if you're going 4-2 every week, possibly 5-2.
We're talking with former Phillies as we do each Sunday throughout the baseball season. Tommy, the Pirates pitching staff walked 9 Phillies. Now, I know we scored 6 runs, but you can't when you get an opportunity like that, you got to really sense. We said this earlier. Nick,
where he last year a lot, where he's seeing stuff, and him and Turner are in the same boat. It's like they're not seeing it again. I mean, you go through times where you struggle, and you have a tough time picking up things and. And I mean that's the thing about baseball. It's got a real good knack about keeping you honest sometimes. So those guys that hit 300 for a career, and I mean they do it year in and year out. That thing you got to have a lot of respect for it because it's not that easy.
Right.
And I mean, but we can't afford to have. I mean, those 2 guys we're counting on. And we're where we at with not having Turner hitting like he is, and we're missing Hoskins, and so. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. Hopefully here they possibly get somebody that can help us turn the corner a little bit and do some things.
Tommy, would it be incorrect for me to suggest that you go with your hot hitters up front in the lineup? I know that yesterday on the show, Josh Hennick, my producer, and Mike Carlin, my co-host, kind of laughed at me when I suggested that if I were Robbie Thompson, I would put I'd have Stott lead off. I'd put Trey Turner in the 2-hole only because he has the potential. He's career 305 hitter. Then I'd go with Harper, Bohm, and then get Marsh in there. You're talking get your top 5 hitters. Just put them up in front of the lineup. They're producing.
Well, I mean, I know they're hitting them, but you don't want to put. I don't think you can really go that drastic and do that. You got to move a couple people maybe, or move them down like that. That was a pretty big drastic change, moving Turner down from 2 to 7. But you don't want to disrupt that middle part of the order. Are they clicking? No, but they got the chance to start clicking. And they proved it over their career. They're those types of hitters where they can do that. But you can't say enough about what the daycare, quotation marks around it, has done this year. And they have, they've been consistent. You got guys that are hitting 280 and above. You can't ask for any better than that. And you got Stott's our MVP, if you ask me. Right now. So, he's done it day in and day out, playing a premium position. And, you'd love for him to hit more home runs, but, man, he does the thing. He uses all fields, and every now and then he runs into one that can do some things. But I don't want him changing a thing, So it could be something that where you mess with him a little bit, maybe you put him up in the 2-hole or something like that and have him do things like that. But you still got to be able to turn, that bottom of the lineup over, and that's what we've done well lately, So, and hopefully our guys up top catch lightning, catch fire a little bit, because I swore we hit the 2-run homer the other night, and we had chances to do our thing, but we won the game 2-1. It's just we got to find a way to get the big hit now and not spoil good outings, or sometimes out hit some teams, because we're not hitting home runs right now either. It's time for some of these guys to catch fire a little bit and do some things. Yeah.
Hey, Tommy, producer Danny Ryan here, and you mentioned sometimes the Phillies get out-hit, sometimes they just simply cannot keep up with the other team's bats, and that leads us into Tuesday's August 1st trade deadline for 2023. What names are on your radar? We've talked about Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox a little bit, Adam Duvall from the Red Sox, Heimer Candelario from the Washington Nationals would be a cheap rental bat as well.
Duvall from Boston?
Yeah, I said Duvall, and then we got, who would be on your radar, Tommy, as far as what you think the Phillies need?
Well, obviously they're looking, for that right-handed power bat that could add some bump, along with, to what we have already, which we got guys that can get hot and hit some home runs, but they just haven't done it on a constant basis. But it's not that easy to do that. But we need some guys to start catching fire to do that. But, the one that seems to have a knack to doing things, and he started out this way. Everybody's got the ball on the thing, and I really liked him, but, it's how he's doing now coming off that, I think he had a wrist injury, earlier in the year, or he started out hot and then had a wrist injury. Now, I think he might be, he's back now, but I haven't really kept up with him that much. So, but that guy would have been a perfect type of guy. And the guy that's been mentioned also, but you're looking at in league rival, with Washington, is the guy down. With the Nationals, the outfielder there. He's got some tools, but that might cost you some a prospect that you might not want to give up. So it's going to be that type of thing. Is running into the right situation for him. But like you said, the name I was looking at right off the bat until I started, I was reading up on him a little bit, was Duvall, because he's got that knack of doing some positive things, man. So hopefully he's healthy.
Well, he's got playoff experience, and he's a cheap rental bat.
Yeah, it's not going to cost you that much.
Tommy, as far as that bat at Washington, were you talking about Lane Thomas?
I think so, yeah. He's a good ball player.
Yeah.
Should
have been an all-star, arguably.
But that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you a little bit, because he's got some time. You'll have him for a couple of years, and then with that type of talent right there, it's going to cost you a prospect, a pretty good one. So.
Hey, Tommy Green, this is Andrew Leeds. And, last night the offense did come to play, put up 6 runs, but Aaron Nola, again, just has not found his groove and not been consistent.
He's so inconsistent.
That's exactly pretty much where my question was going to be, is I'm not going to try to put it nicely. What's going on with Aaron Nola from your eyes?
Well, he's hit or miss, man. Last night, what I saw of him was a little bit, that curveball started rolling a little bit. Sometimes I think they get happy with off-speed stuff. Brennan, with him. It's always try a swing and miss all the time, rather less than throwing quality pitches down in the zone. which can get you ground ball outs early, which a lot of times when he's pitching well, that's what he's doing. But last night they took advantage of mistakes in the zone, and you got it. And then we make an error or misplay a ball a little bit, and it opens the gates. We still had a chance to win that ball game. We couldn't push it across. So, it was there for the taking. You're not going to pitch great all the time. He hadn't been the consistent Aaron Nola like we've seen in the past, but sometimes that's the life of baseball a little bit. You get a little funky a little bit. You're trying to figure out, and everybody presses a little bit to try to, because they want to do well. They don't want to go out there and fail, But that's the nature of the game. You're going to fail. It's just how you handle it, and you keep going. You keep working at it and do it, because he can go on the stretch where he pulls 3 or 4 in a row, and that's all about getting hot.
Yeah, get hot at the right time.
Hard to pitch. It's hard to pitch with to a 2 ERA all the time. Right. That's unbelievable. You don't realize how hard that is to do day in and day out. It's a tough thing to do. There's a couple guys, they've done it.
Yeah. Every Sunday we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliot Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Today, Christopher Sanchez is on the hill. How about this guy? He hasn't had a win yet, and he's been pitching really well. His last 4 or 5 outings, Tom, he's been unbelievable.
Hey, the day you pitch, all you care about is your team winning. I know they haven't done that, but he's pitched well enough for him to win.
He's got a 2.98 ERA, Tommy.
And see, you can't say back when I played a little bit, because we hit. If a pitcher said something about the team scoring runs, and our thing was, well, you better knock him in yourself. If you're going to start talking about the hitting, you know what I mean? So it's a hard thing to do, is hit around baseball with a round bat. Your job as a pitcher is to go out there and do the best job you can to keep us right there in games to give us a chance to win, and he's done that. You couldn't ask for any more of that than what he's done. And as of late, he hasn't been walking people. He's been, attacking the zone with his assortment. That's the way Leo Mazzoni back in the day put it. We're challenging hitters, but we're challenging hitters with your assortment of pitches in the zone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Quality pitches.
Today's starting
going down the middle.
Today's starting lineup is out. Schwarber, left field, leads off, batting 185. Castellanos in right field, batting 274. Bryce Harper's the DH today in the 3-hole, 289. Alec Bohm.
They like him in the cleanup spot.
279 is his batting average. Trey Turner in the 5-hole, shortstop at 242.
Ooh.
Edmund Sosa, 251. 6. Harrison batting 210.
Harrison
210. And Stubbs 214. These guys are Rojas is cleaning up. He's in the 9-hole batting 350. But listen, these guys are like hitting right around the Mendoza line. These guys.
Well, so they're giving Stott a day off too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd play him every single day.
Well, I know it's hard to. It's a Sunday day game, getaway day. And the thing about this, they need to win this ball game. They don't need to let it slip out away from it. So they need to get this thing going, pretty quick here. Hopefully they can get jump on guys and get a lead and get going. But those guys will be available, if it comes down to crunch. Right. To come on. So hopefully you got to keep your bench guys hot and playing.
Yeah.
And Harrison's a professional. So he's a guy that he can hurt you. As far as the hitter is concerned, as far as drive, he hits it all over the place. But you just got to give him enough bats to get it going. He's got to. You can't tape it so much BP.
Yeah.
You got to see live game action stuff. So.
Hey, Tommy, talk to us a little bit about. You obviously played in Pittsburgh many times, but as a fan, you go there. What's your overall impressions of the PNC Stadium? What is it?
PNC Park.
PNC Park.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. This is the first time I've been there. The way it's located right downtown like that, and the view is unbelievable with the bridge and city and stuff in the back end. You're right there. It's right there in front of you. It's a beautiful place. So, and I tell you what, it was a great crowd there Friday night. When I was there, it was a lot of. Had Philly fans and Pittsburgh fans. It was great atmosphere. it was just muggy as all get out there, man.
And what happened to the ground?
It was muggy.
Tommy, what happened to the grounds crew? It was like the worst grounds crew job I've ever seen in my life. The rains came. They couldn't even get the tarp on the field.
We saw the rain coming. Me and Mickey, we got out of there. We were keeping looking at the radar because we knew since we played golf that day, we got the good radar report. There was going to be storms in the evening, so we kept an eye on it. So it was in the top of the sixth. We got out of there.
Smart man.
And we made it out. And by the time we got to the car and just got out on the interstate, it opened up. The skies opened up and it killed a bunch of frogs that night.
All right, Tommy Green. Well, listen, hey, man, the summer's going pretty quick, Tommy. We got to get together down here for a couple pops.
I hear you, pal.
All right.
It sounds like you brought the rain down there last night when you were having a couple of pops.
We made it rain last night, Tommy. All right, listen, man, as always, we appreciate you, and have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right, man. I'll talk to y'all next Sunday.
All right, there
Thanks,
he is,
Tommy.
Tommy Green. Every Sunday during the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliot Hero Campaign for designated drivers, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Sign up now for the 12th Annual Hero Walk and Run on the Ocean City Boardwalk, Sunday, October 15th. Go to herocampaign.org to register today for the Hero Campaign's biggest fundraiser to help them prevent drunk and impaired driving. That's herocampaign.org.